Okay. Can anybody hear me? Let me tweet this out. All right. So I hope the mic works. I have no reason to believe that it's not. It's worked the last few times I've streamed. This stream will probably not be very long compared to some previous ones because I have some stuff I need to do today, but I thought I'd go ahead and go live real quick while I'm watching these afternoon games. Hey, Enrique. Oh, shit. Hold on, guys. I left my water bottle somewhere. My day's going good now. It didn't start out great, I'll tell you that, but by the way, can you hear me? I just want to make sure the mic is working because I'm not too familiar with these live streams. I don't do them that often. Okay, cool. Hey, Gundle. So now I'm watching this Niners Rams game. I don't really know who I even want to win. We got Cardinals Falcons. I don't know who I want to win there either. So it's pretty chill right now, honestly. Yeah, Ravens next. I feel pretty good about that one, honestly. I don't think they have the kind of offense that can take advantage of us. Oh my God. Kyler Murray is on pace to throw for 500 yards. Kyler Murray is on pace to throw for 500 goddamn yards. So Dan Quinn should be getting fired any minute now. Question is, if Dan Quinn gets fired, should we jump on that? Would it make a difference? Do I live in Washington? Yes. Yes, I do. I always have. I've never been outside the state. So I'm going live pretty quickly after the game here compared to how I usually do it. Is it nice up there? It's all right. I don't love it. It's not really me, but the weather is like pretty moderate, so that's nice. Like I've been to California and Vegas, and I'm not ready to handle that heat. I'm really not. What about the girls? The girls, they're all right. They're all right. All right. Jimmy G is chucking it to the sideline. I don't know who I want to win this game. I could go either way. I'm trying to figure that out. I mean, if the 49ers win, the Rams are kind of dead and buried almost at 3-3 with no Clay Matthews, no Talib, and no oh shit, the Rams are going to try to run the field goal back. Nope. Okay. Do you think 15-1 is a possibility? Not really. This team needs Wilson to play perfect to have a chance to win. The only way this team can win games is if Wilson plays perfect, basically. So to say that he's going to manage to play perfect in every game, it's just not realistic. Zatumbo 8, our DBs can't make no plays. The only way we get turnovers. Yeah. Yeah. Although I think some of that is because we're not getting pressure. And some of that is just because, we're seeing a lot of plays where linebackers are trying to cover wide receivers. Do you write a script for your vids? No. And I think it's pretty obvious that I don't if you watch my videos. I think if you watch my videos, it's clear I don't have a script. Yeah, Ziggy and Clowney ain't doing shit. I feel like it's the coaches. I feel like the coaches are not putting them in good situations to rush the passer. I feel like our defensive game plans involve a lot of people just flooding the middle of the field, flooding the middle of the line, and not getting anywhere near the damn quarterback. Yeah, that pissed me off too, Sam. Prosai should never run the ball up the gut. Prosai should never be running the ball up the middle. He's not good at that. And we tried it on the 2-point conversion, and we tried it on 3rd and 1, and both times it was a fucking disaster. You're coming over from the UK to watch the Atlanta game. Okay, that's really cool. I thought Atlanta was going to be good this year, but they're not. Their defense is a wreck, so Wilson should be able to do whatever he wants to do on that shit team. And I think we will win that game, yeah. I hate the 3 line. Yeah, I'm starting to like them less and less because Kendricks is not playing well. Kendricks is the worst tackler I've ever seen. The dude misses so many tackles. We should have passed on that play. Yeah, I agree. I would have liked to pass. I would have liked to run with Carson. Don't run it with Procise. Procise is boom or bust. You don't need boom or bust when you only need 1 yard. Do you think Reed will save our defense, or do you think we'll continue to struggle to pass rush? I think it's a coaching problem at this point. I don't think it's the players. You can't tell me that Clowney and Anza don't know how to rush the passer. Those guys have been rushing the passer in the NFL for years. So when they come into the NFL and they can't get after the quarterback, and on this team, when I've seen them get after the quarterback on other teams, the only conclusion I can come to is that the coaches are not putting them in good situations. My last game live was in Chicago last year, and that was terrible. Yeah. Yeah, that was the game where I almost lost faith in Russell Wilson because he was a huge part of the problem in that game. Yeah, if we run with Procise, you run to the outside, and at least you have a chance. I still don't really like it because Procise is the kind of guy who will get, 1 yard, no yards, 2 yard loss, little 4 yard gain, and then he goes for like 70. I would rather have Carson in that spot because Carson is consistently banging out, 4 yards, 5 yards, 6 yards, 5 yards, 7 yards. But I would really like to pass in that spot because Wilson's playing so damn good right now. LJ Collier still ain't doing shit. Yeah, I don't like Collier. I don't think he's ever going to be a great pass rusher. I don't even know if Collier played today, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know if he got on the field. But we're in a tough spot because I personally believe that Disley's season is done. And I think that Dwayne Brown could be out for a while. So we are, as a team, are completely dependent on Russell Wilson playing amazing for us to win. And Russell Wilson is going to be limited in his ability to play amazing without his tight end and without his left tackle. So I'm feeling really bad about where that could be headed. Because honestly, I'll be perfectly honest with you, I don't think Will Dissly should play football again. He has suffered the 2 worst injuries that a football player can suffer in his first 2 years. If he comes back ever, he will not be the same. How did the Jets get the ball? What the hell happened? Is anybody watching the Dallas game? How did the Jets suddenly have the ball? And oh my God, they just hit a. Holy shit. Go. Go, baby. Those refs were calling some. Yeah, I should have mentioned that in my video. I forgot to mention. We got some calls today. Cleveland got a couple as well, but we got a lot. We got the roughing the passer, the illegal block in the back, and the holding on Malik Turner in the red zone. I didn't get that. But anyway, the Jets might end the Cowboys season for us. So that'd be nice. Yeah, Fan played good. The whole offensive line played as good as we could hope. But I'm really worried about what this offense might turn into without Disley because he was such a big part of what we were trying to do. And I truly don't believe he's going to be back for a long time. We might not see him again next year. I don't know if I ever want to see him again because I want that dude to have a decent life. And I'm super bummed out about that because he fits so perfectly into what we were trying to do. Should Seattle draft a tight end? Maybe. Maybe. I mean, look, we're going to get Ed Dixon back in a couple weeks. And when Ed Dixon gets back, it's possible we'll be okay. And I want to give ups to Luke Wilson because Luke Wilson has played really good so far, but it's just sad, man. I feel terrible for Disley. I really do. The offense is looking scary lately in a good way. Yeah, yeah. And there are a lot of guys on the offense you can single out for playing really good right now, but we have Michael Jordan playing quarterback right now. That's the only reason why we're winning games. And that's cool, but it's also scary because we need him to be perfect for us to win games. And that makes me think that the coaches are not doing a good job because most of these coaches are here to help the defense. The only coach we have right now who I think is doing his job is Brian Schottenheimer, ironically. We need line help. Yeah, I agree. We should definitely draft line help. But the offensive line we have right now is okay, I think. And I want to give, we might have found something really, really, really nice with shit. Who was the guy who played for Fluker today? Shit. Why am I forgetting his name? Jamarco Jones. Yeah, the late bye week is nice, but I don't think Disley's going to be back this season. I'm honestly, if we hear over the next few days, at some point over the next couple days, that Dwayne Brown is going on IR with designation to return, I will not be shocked. I'm dreading it, but I will not be shocked if Dwayne Brown misses the next 6 to 8 weeks. I heard Tampa Bay wants to move OJ Howard. Do we make a move for him? I don't know if OJ Howard fits this offense. OJ Howard might be another Jimmy Graham where he's a good player who just doesn't fit this offense. Problems with offensive penalties seem to be gone. Yeah, we've cleaned up a little bit there. I will give them some credit for that. Oh, the Jets are playing good, guys. I mean, I know I'm streaming right now, so I don't want to do this, but I'm tempted to want to jump into Shango's live stream and see how he's doing with the way the Cowboys are looking right now because the Cowboys look like crap. Was Penny hurt today? Yes, Penny had a hamstring injury, and I understand hamstring injuries can linger on, so it's not shocking to me that he's not immediately getting back on there. But yeah, if the Jets could come through for us and win this game and really just kind of knock Dallas out of the game, then that's huge. That's a team we might be competing for the wild card with, and they would basically be out of it. Do you think the Seahawks will be number one seed in the NFC this year? No, not until I see the defense start to play better. Right now, you know what this Seahawks team reminds me of? This Seahawks team reminds me of the 2011, 2012, and 2013 Dallas Cowboys. That team was completely dependent on Tony Romo. They had a few other good players on offense, but they lived or died with Tony Romo. They could not win when he had a bad game. They needed him to be perfect for them to win. And Romo made a lot of mistakes, and Romo had a lot of games where he wasn't perfect. So they went 8-8, and they went 8-8, and they went 8-8. And then finally in 2014, they had they had a great offensive line, they had a great running back, they had a good defense, and they were finally able to win games, and they went 12-4. But those 3 years, they were completely dependent on Tony Romo. And we are completely dependent on Russell Wilson. Now, the good news is Wilson right now is playing much better than Romo ever did. So where the Cowboys could only win 8 games, we can win maybe 11 games. but we are still completely dependent on quarterback. And we don't even do a good job of putting the game in the hands of the quarterback sometimes. We are punting on the opposing 39-yard line. We are kicking field goals from the 2-yard line. We should be putting those plays in Wilson's hands because he's our best player and it's not even close. So that's my problem. This is not basketball. In basketball, if you have the best player, you have a very good chance of winning the NBA championship. But in football, it doesn't work like that. You need more than just having the best player. Fibno, why do you come in here? Like, you're not even a good troll, dude. And you're trolling for a team that's 1-4. Like, give me a fucking break. If a 49ers fan was doing it, I kind of wouldn't care because at least the 49ers are good. But you root for one of the worst teams in the league. And you're in here for some reason. Like, what is that? A team we already beat this year, by the way. I don't get that. And you're not even funny with your trolling. It's like, at least be entertaining. You just say the same boring shit over and over. I don't know why the hell you're here, but yeah, I don't get that. You're not even a good troll, dude. You're not even funny. I would kind of get it if your team wasn't terrible, but Fibno, he comes into like every live stream I do, and I don't know why. And he comments on some of my videos and he's not even a good troll. He says the same boring, generic shit. I don't get it. But anyway, yeah. Dixon is not playing well, but for me, I don't feel like Michael Dixon forgot how to punt in one season. I feel like there's something going on with the coaches. And we have a terrible special teams coach, and he should have been fired 3 years ago. And unfortunately, we're stuck with him for who knows how long. And we all know why he's here. Fimno, do you have autism or something? I'm really asking. Like, are you okay? Are you like autistic or something? That's the only way I can explain this low effort trolling. It's very low effort, man. No, I'm not going to block him. He's not doing anything that I would block somebody for, but he's I don't know. I don't know. It's just such low effort trolling that I don't know what to say about it. But yeah. Well, Brian Schneider's here because the general manager is his brother. That's all it is. It's nepotism at its finest. We have a terrible special teams coach, and he should have been fired 3 years ago, but he still has a job because the GM is his brother. That is the most frustrating thing with this team for me right now. Honestly, the only coach was he responsible for bringing Blair Walsh, and I have to believe he had something to do with that. Because Brian Schneider has been our coach for special teams coach for a long time. Oh, did the Jets score a touchdown? Is it 21-3? Well, yeah, Rico. We keep getting new special teams players. We thought the players were the problem, so we went out to get new players, and the special teams still sucks. So it's like you can't blame the players. You have to blame the coach. Today we did get the punt block, which ended up being nice. We got a field goal out of that, but there are too many bad special teams plays on this team right now. It's not okay. Brian should have been fired 3 years ago, probably. He really should have been fired this offseason. But I don't know. The only coach on this team that is doing his job right now is Brian Schottenheimer, believe it or not. Brian freaking Schottenheimer is actually doing a good job with his offense, and he's really fixed Russell Wilson's game. I'm not saying he's perfect, but he's been good. The Ken Norton Jr. Look, we might be the worst tackling team in football. Oh my God, Mariota is some trash. Mariota is some freaking trash. Jesus Christ. You weren't saying that after Chicago. Yeah, that's true. I was hard on him. I was hard on him because, I mean, look, Mariota just threw an interception when they should have been trying to run out the clock at the end of the half, basically. And I think he's going to donate 3 easy points to Denver because of it. Mariota is some trash. I like that dude in college, but that dude is some garbage. Do you think DK Metcalf played? Oh, I thought DK Metcalf played awesome. I got nothing but good things to say about DK. I mean, we don't throw the ball enough for him to put up, monster games, but I thought DK was awesome today. We need to get Chris Harris and move Trey Flowers to the slot. Maybe. I mean, Chris Harris is a slot corner, so we would be getting Chris Harris and moving him in place of Jamar Taylor, which I would like to do. Who's your MVP so far this year? It has to be Wilson. I don't even know who second place is. He's the only other guy you can even talk about is probably Christian McCaffrey. DK, our only good pick this year. Give him time. I think Blair is going to be pretty good, but he's not ready yet because he missed a lot of the training camp. I think if you give Blair time, he will be good, and maybe Travis Homer. I was honestly impressed by the offensive line today. Yeah, me too. No, LJ Collier is just a mediocre player. I don't want to completely go crazy with it because I know he missed training camp and shit, and he missed preseason, but I don't believe in LJ Collier. Yeah, the rotation at safety is killing me, guys. The rotation at safety is really starting to get on my freaking nerves. We start the game with Tedrick, and then after a couple drives, we put in Hill, and then we put in Blair, and then we put Tedrick back in, and then we're putting freaking Hill back in. It was just, give me a freaking break, guys. If you have 3 guys and they all suck, just stick with one guy. Don't keep sending in 3 different guys and having them all suck. Are you not happy for the CBs turning into ball hawks? Like that's why you've been saying for weeks you wanted to see. Yeah, that is nice, but all 3 of our interceptions today came on plays where the ball got tipped. I'm not going crazy about that. They're not making plays on the ball. They're having balls just fly into their hands. But I'm certainly happy to see it because the only way we stopped Cleveland today was getting turnovers. We could not stop them without turnovers at all. Dak attack. Timeout. Timeout, Dak. Timeout. I still want Dak Prescott to play good so he gets a stupid $40 million contract because I think he's not that good. I like Dak more than most people, but he is not worth a $40 million contract. The 4th and 7 at the beginning was a killer. Yeah, I can't believe we rushed 3. Baker had like 9 seconds to make a throw on that freaking play. That heated me. Maybe we're rotating as a final evaluation before we make a trade. Maybe. I'm just inclined to believe those 3 guys are all not very good. Either put Tedrick out there, put Hill out there, or put Blair out there and just stick with it and hope something good happens. Do you think the Hawks could win on the road in the playoffs like in Green Bay? It doesn't seem like home field is doing a ton for us right now, so sure, why not? I mean, bottom line is every game we play, we're going to win or lose on Russell Wilson. And if Russell Wilson either does not play well or does not to get to have a big impact in the game, then we cannot win. That's how all it is. Do you reckon we drop Penny and lean on Carson and Procise? No. Penny's problem. Penny is not a terrible player. He's just a limited player. Hopefully, Will Dissly can come back this year. No way, guys. Get that out of your head right now. Will Dissly is not playing football again this year. He might not be back next year. Don't even hope for it. If by some miracle he comes back this year, then great. But do not even bother hoping for it because it is not going to happen. They're not making plays. Dude, if you're a real football player, you'll know that T2 or Trey wouldn't have made those plays last year or earlier this year. Dudes have gained momentum. Sorry, I got a message on Discord. I had to check it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm happy they made those plays. Hats off to them. But I understand the difference between having a turnover handed to you and having a turnover and taking the ball away. And I think that those plays were handed to us. And the one turnover that we really took away from them was the forced fumble by Anza on Chubb, which was an amazing play by Anza, by the way. That was awesome. Disley's injury was a Achilles. They announced Disley done for the year yet? No, but I'm sorry. What I saw, no way in hell he's coming back this year. No way in hell. I think hoping for it is just, you know, I don't even want to bother hoping for it because it looks so bad. Is Griffin doing anything this year? No, he doesn't play very much. He's only on special teams. And there are other special teamers on this team who are better than him, so he's just a body. Did you see those fans throwing beer bottles at the Seahawks? Yeah, I mean, they do that in Cleveland. They do that in Cleveland a little bit. Next three games are all wins. Look, with the way this defense is playing, we can get beat by anybody. Period. Don't think otherwise. This defense is not playing well enough to where you can feel confident that they're going to win. The defense has, in my opinion, been bad for the last 6 quarters. And Cleveland made enough mistakes for us to win the game anyway. But I don't think the defense played good in the second half. Yeah, they caught the picks. I mean, they deserve some credit for making some plays. But we got to play a bad quarterback today who was playing injured. Yeah, I think that Trey is getting better. I think that Tedrick Thompson, I'm happy that Tedrick made plays on the ball. But at the same time, you had that play that Tedrick gave up where Odell Beckham made that 30-yard catch over him. Like that was a play he needs to make where he needs to bat the ball down, and he just didn't do it. Just like he didn't do it against the Bengals, just like he didn't do it against the Lions. So I'm not really believing in Tedrick yet. Oh my God, Arizona just completed the easiest touchdown pass I've seen in a while. Okay, let me ask you guys a question. Dan Quinn is going to get fired any day now. Dan Quinn is about to lose his job. Do we consider maybe getting rid of Ken Norton Jr. mid-season and just picking up Dan Quinn? Like, is that something that we can do? Would you guys be on board with that? Would you guys consider that? Because Dan Quinn they might fire him at halftime. Because I don't believe in Ken Norton Jr. Ken Norton Jr., I don't know what his role is, but I don't think he's getting it done. I know that defensive coordinators don't do that much for the Seahawks because of Pete Carroll, but whatever it is that Ken Norton is contributing to this defense, it's not very good. And I would really, really like to see Dan Quinn come back. Yeah, I like Norton as a linebacker coach, but it seems like there's something missing from his ability to scheme up pass rush and scheme up coverage because we're constantly putting linebackers in coverage. Quinn only got to the Super Bowl because high end talent. Yeah, absolutely. Those Gus Bradley and Dan Quinn and to a certain extent Chris Richard only they looked much better than they were because they had talent. But are they better? Are they better than Ken Norton? They might be because Ken Norton might just not be any good. When we hired Ken Norton Jr., I thought that that meant he wasn't going to do anything and we were just going to let Pete Carroll run the defense. But I don't know if that's true or not. And somebody needs to fall on the axe for this tackling because we are an atrocious tackling team. we Kendricks is the worst tackler I've ever seen in a Seahawks jersey. I'm not kidding, guys. I've never seen a dude miss that many tackles. Tederick misses tackles. Flowers and even Griffin are missing tackles. Wright is missing tackles. Even Bobby Wagner is missing tackles this year, guys. Yeah, Kendricks needs to clean that shit up, or we need to take him off the field. Yeah, Jamar Taylor's been all right. I don't have a big problem with the way Jamar Taylor played. I wish we would see him a little bit more. I like Jamar. So the Rams look like they might be about, they got 1 foot in the grave. Oh, shit. I jinxed it, guys. Kendricks is good at some stuff, but he's not a good tackler, and it doesn't seem like he's good in coverage either. And also, it might be, and I hate to say this because this is going to be a long term problem. Pete Carroll's defenses might have been figured out. Like, Pete Carroll has been coaching in the NFL for a long time. Are you rooting for the Rams? I can't figure it out. I don't know. I don't know which one I would rather have. That's tough. No, dude, Anza had a big play today. Anza forced a fumble. Anza forced a huge fumble and recovered it. That was a huge play in this game. I will not accept Anza slander today. Uh, you know, I know we should beat the Falcons because their defense is a joke, but this Atlanta offense still has some firepower. And if you think we're just going to shut them down with this defense, you guys are fooling yourself a little bit, I think. Yeah, pass rush is bad, but is it the players? Is our pass rush really that bad in terms of the players? Or are we just not scheming pass rush well? Because remember, Ken Norton Jr. was the defensive coordinator in Oakland. And in Oakland, the Raiders had one of the worst pass rushes in NFL history. I remember this. So something needs to give there. And pass rush has always been kind of a problem for the Pete Carroll Seahawks, it feels like, even when we had superstars. And one thing that we did was we went out and got some mercenaries, Cliff Averill and Michael Bennett, because we needed somebody to come in from the outside to help us get pass rush. Yeah, Jerron Reed might fix things. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to give him a chance. That's for sure. Reed's going to have a few games to get going at 100%, and then Reed's going to By the time the bye week comes around, the Reed should be ready to rip some people's heads off. Play calling is suspected time shot. Yeah, a little, but I think Schottenheimer is the one coach who's really doing his job right now. And that's crazy for me to say. But the offense is generally working pretty well, and Wilson is playing the best football of his life. So I can't say anything terrible about Schottenheimer right now. Off topic, does Hutch go into the Hall of Fame as a Seahawk? He's been doing a lot of Seattle PR this offseason. I think of him as a Viking, but who knows? He did go to the Super Bowl as a Seahawk. He never went to the Super Bowl as a Viking. Yeah, Shoddy. Look, the problems with Schottenheimer are always going to be there, but at least he's putting stuff on the table. I don't know what Pete Carroll's putting on the table right now. I really don't, because this defense is so bad. I don't know what Ken Norton Jr. is putting on the table. I don't know what Brian Schneider is putting on the table, but Brian Schottenheimer is putting stuff on the table at least. Did you watch the new Joker movie? Yes, I did. I thought it was good. I liked it. I didn't think it was amazing. I don't think that Todd Phillips is the kind of director who can really make a masterpiece type film with something like that. Like, okay, the Joker movie kind of made me think of There Will Be Blood, and There Will Be Blood is one of my favorite movies of all time. And I thought of that because both movies are built around a great acting performance almost entirely, which I generally don't think makes for a good film. But There Will Be Blood was a masterclass in direction. It was a masterclass in editing, and it had a great supporting actor performance from Paul Dano. So that's one of the best movies ever. And the Joker didn't have any of that extracurricular stuff. So I thought it was just good, It was just Joaquin Phoenix acting his ass off. And that's fine. But if you compare it to something like There Will Be Blood, which is one comparison that I can make, you can see where Todd Phillips just is a little out of his depth. Have I seen El Camino? I have not seen it yet. I will. I will definitely see it as soon as possible, but I have not had a chance yet. Why can't we punch it down the 1 yard line? We can. We just need to not give it to CJ Procise when he's an outside runner. Carson is an inside runner. Penny and Procise are outside runners. That's all there is to it. If we want to run the ball inside with somebody who is not Carson, put Travis Homer out there. Mac or Windows? Windows. 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 Fuck Mac. If Carroll retires, we probably shouldn't promote assistant. Yeah, if Carroll retires, give me Lincoln Riley. Do you think the Patriots are winning the Super Bowl? I don't think their offense is good enough. The one problem is every other team is heavily flawed. Like every other team has big problems. I mean, like the Chiefs have no defense. The Colts have a lackluster quarterback. The Ravens are have a lot of problems, really. So it might be them by default. OS or Droid? Droid. What's next for Trey Flowers and T2? I think and believe this will beat Bradley last year. He isn't good. He doesn't have great all-around skills. We look at free safety as an issue, but not strong safety. I think McDougald's been all right. I don't have a big problem with McDougald. But, I'll give Trey and T2 their props because they've made a couple plays over the last few weeks, but I don't know if they're going to turn into consistently good players. Chiefs have Andy Reid. Enough said. I don't think it's an Andy Reid problem. I think Andy Reid's a great coach. I think Andy Reid is probably other than Belichick and probably Doug Peterson, I would take Reid over anybody. I don't think he's the problem. Who is your Super Bowl pick for the AFC and the NFC? I guess it has to be. I guess it really would be Patriots and Seahawks. I mean, the Seahawks, what they do with their quarterback might be better than what anybody else does. So maybe just having the best quarterback in football is enough. But you know, uh, can we beat the Packers? Yeah, I don't. The Packers, their offense is bad. The Packers' offense is bad. Until I see something better from that offense, I'm not going to believe that we have a ton to worry about there. We should have drafted Adderley. Yeah, I like Adderley. I liked Adderley. I liked the guy that we really missed on that really hurts is Derwin James. If we had gotten Derwin James, that would have been huge. Don't you think Ken Norton has been bad? Yes. I think Ken Norton is part of the problem. I think every coach on this team, except for Brian Schottenheimer, is part of the problem. Derwin James went to the Chargers, and because Derwin James went to the Chargers, we traded down and ended up taking Penny, I think. And Penny is a decent enough player, but he's not making a big impact in these games. And Derwin James is awesome. I still like Marquise Blair, but he's not ready to play full-time snaps yet, so we'll give him time. Yeah, we would have had to trade up. I think the Chargers, if I'm remembering correctly, the Chargers traded up to get Derwin James. So I think we were planning to take him, and then the Chargers sniped us. Dak attack! Dak attack! Oh my God, Jason, Old Man Witten came back for this. Did you like when the Seahawks changed uniforms in 2012? Yeah, I did. I like the new uniforms. We're getting Ed Dixon back. Yeah, and that's going to be huge now. We really need Ed Dixon to be a guy who comes in and plays well for us because Luke Wilson by himself is not good enough to get it done. But remember what I said in my video last week, guys. The pass rush, another big part of it is we don't play from ahead. All game long today, we trailed until like the late in the third quarter, I think. And when we were ahead, it was never by more than a few points. We never had a two-score lead. If we had a two-score lead, we might have been able to get a pass rush because they would have been forced to pass. Any passes to Hollister today? I don't think so. I know he was in the game, but I don't think we targeted him. The reason I'm not sold on the Niners is because they've had a cakewalk schedule. Most of their games have been really close, and Jimmy G is inconsistent. Yeah, the Niners defense is good, but their offense, I don't really believe in either. So I'm with you on that. Oh my God. Number 31 on the Titans just had a sick interception. Kevin Byard. Holy shit. That was a pick and a half. I'm watching Red Zone. I'm watching the Red Zone channel. They're just flipping around to whichever game is good. What was the name of your old YouTube channel? I can't remember. The 7 Joker 7 or something. Can you believe that the Cowboys actually paid Ezekiel Elliott? I am so fucking happy that the Cowboys actually spent all that money on a mediocre running back. Why does Shoddy keep calling that play where he rolls out the pitch option? I don't think he ran that play today. I didn't see him run that play. All I saw today, the only time I saw that play was last week against the Rams. Do you think Pete Carroll would be able to handle a diva receiver like OBJ? I think he would. I think that's probably something he's good at. I think that Pete Carroll's problems are things that would be easy to fix, but he just doesn't believe he needs to fix them. Dak attack. Dak's gonna get that 40 million, and it's gonna be hilarious. And again, I like Dak. I think Dak's a good quarterback. I think some people underrate him, but it's gonna be funny as hell when he gets that 20 million or 40 million a year. I mean, Wilson, like we gave Wilson all that money. He might be underpaid. The Hawks should stay far away from diva receivers. Yeah, we don't need them. The receivers we have are fantastic. Yeah, I'm super sad about Disley. That I'm not saying that I don't know how much it's going to hurt us, but I feel terrible for Disley. Can we beat the Niners? I don't know. I believe we can beat anybody because we have Wilson, but I believe we can lose to anybody because of everything else. Oh my God! Okay? Didn't catch it. Not giving it to him. Yeah, Garoppolo's not very good. I get a bad feeling the Hawks are going to make a stupid trade like Percy or Jimmy. Who would we trade for that would be stupid? The only guy I think we will trade for is Chris Harris, and I would like to trade for Chris Harris. If we trade for Chris Harris, I think that would be positive. Even if he's not very good, he gives us depth. No, I do not want Jalen Ramsey. I do not want Jalen Ramsey, and I love Jalen Ramsey, but he's not going to fix this. Oh my God, Jimmy G, you fucking bum! What the hell are you doing? Can we get Antonio Brown? Who wants Antonio Brown, dude? We have Tyler Lockett, and we throw to him like 5 times a game. We have DK Metcalf. We throw to him 4 times a game. Do you really want to get AB and then throw to him 2 times a game? What's the point? Yeah, I don't see the point in trading for Trent Williams either. And I don't think the Redskins want to trade him. I think the Redskins want to keep him. So I don't see the point. Hey, Tony, how's it going? I don't think we're going to make a trade, guys. We're 5-1, and the problems we have on this team, I don't know who we could trade for that would fix them. Maybe Jalen Ramsey, but look, here's the thing, guys. If we trade for Jalen Ramsey, what we're saying is we are going all in to win right now. And I want a team that gives themselves a chance to compete for a decade. I don't want a team that goes all in on one season and then after that they pay salary cap hell and everything sucks. That's bad business. I want a team that will contend every year for the rest of Russell Wilson's career. If you trade for Ramsey, you can't do that because now you lose draft picks. Now you can't replenish your talent pool. Now you can't build a team that can contend next year and the year after. So I want nothing to do with the Jalen Ramsey thing. Oh my God. The Dallas Cowboys, bro. We might see 2 coaches fired this afternoon. At this point, do you want to resign Clowney? I'm a Clowney fan, but he might be a dude who gets his paid and just decides to chill out. Clowney is making big plays in almost every game. So I like Clowney. I think he's doing a great job for us this year. I got no beef with him through 6 games, but he might be a dude who gets paid and is like, I'm a chill. So I don't know about that. Nick Chubb making absent Penny look like a chump. Your thoughts on Penny? Penny's a limited player. He's good at some stuff. He's not good at other stuff. At the end of the day, there's no point in taking a running back in the first round unless he's going to be the best running back in football. I don't want running backs highly drafted. I just want dudes who can play competently, and you can find those guys anywhere. All we need is a defense that can play decent every play of the game. Well, I think but our personnel, guys, if you bring in more talent on the defense and the coaching is bad, how is that going to fix anything? That doesn't make any sense to me. The coaching is the problem, not the players. If you get better players, you still have the bad coaching. Did Michael Kendrick suddenly forget how to tackle? Did a lot of these players suddenly forget how to tackle, or is there something wrong with the coaching? That's what I'm asking. Trey Flowers never turned his head on the ball. Yeah, Trey Flowers needs to learn how to turn his head around on the ball. This pass rush is a joke. Yeah, I think it's the coaching, and I think it's the situation that the pass rushers find themselves in. I don't want to judge the pass rush too harshly until I see a game where we're actually playing from ahead. With Kendrick struggling, could we see BBK or Barton get a shot? I want to see no linebacker on the field. I want to see Wagner and Wright on the field, and then I want to see defensive backs. I don't want that third linebacker on the field anymore. It's no point. There's no point. So many blown tackles. Flowers got a pick, didn't he? Yeah, Flowers got a pick off the ball bounced off Beckham's hand into his lap. So I don't want to go nuts with it, but he did have a pick today, so he did good. Do you have a child? No. I thought George Fant filled in well. Yeah, the offensive line played great today, in my opinion. I thought the offensive line balled out. I cannot ask for any better from that offensive line. I feel like they tell the pass rushers to just power rush. Yeah, there's probably something there. Griffin is balling out, in my opinion. Yeah, Shaquille Griffin's having a great season so far. I'm really happy with that dude. Falcons are driving. I also saw that KJ Wright was covering OBJ. Yeah, that made me lose my mind. That made me flip my shit. That's never going to work. That should never happen. Why did we stay with Kendricks after his insider trading prison sentence? Because we thought he was a really good linebacker, and he does do some things good, but he cannot tackle to save his life. So you can't win with it. Probably my last live chat with you. I'll try to record four primetime games overseas. All right. Thank you, man. I don't know how often I'm going to be live streaming anyway, so it's probably not a huge loss. Okay, Jared Goff just got assassinated in the backfield, basically. Guys, it is starting to get painful to watch these other teams with elite pass rushes, and then you watch our pass rush. Like the 49ers pass rush is feasting on the Rams offensive line. And I saw our pass rush against that same damn offensive line do nothing. I'm not a big fan of Calitro. To me, he was just a guy. But again, it's not a matter of which linebacker replaces Kendricks. It's a matter of we need cornerbacks out there, not linebackers. We need to put 3 cornerbacks out there. And if that means we trade for Chris Harris, so be it. I want to trade for Chris Harris at this point if that means we'll have more confidence. Look, if we cannot rush the passer with Jadeveon Clowney, Jerron Reed, Ziggy Ansah, Quentin Jefferson, and maybe throw Michael Kendricks in there, then the problem is not the players. The problem is the coaches. I'm sorry. Those guys, we know they can get after the quarterback. Is Puna underperforming? He was getting crazy hype this offseason. Maybe a tiny bit, but I think he's made some good plays. I'm happy with Puna. Your thoughts on that Pro-Size fumble? It's a joke that he was in the game. Pro-Size should not have been in the game on 3rd and 1. That was stupid. Pro-Size is not a short yardage up the middle, run it between the tackles, running back. That was stupid as hell. Where is LJ Collier? Look, LJ Collier is probably going to have a lost season. That it just is what it is. He missed preseason and training camp. What can you really expect from him? KJ Wright is not performing. He has no sacks. KJ Wright is not somebody who goes after the quarterback that often. I think KJ Wright's problem is he's not playing very well in coverage. Do you think it's time to move on from Pete Carroll? We're getting there. I don't know what Pete Carroll is doing to help this team right now. I know what he's doing to hurt this team. I don't know what he's doing to help this team right now because the defense is bad. Maybe Carson took himself out. Okay, but then pass the ball or put Travis Homer in. Mayfield is overrated. Yeah, Mayfield doesn't do much for me. I used to like him, but I'm not high on him. We're 5-1, and you guys want to can the coach? Come on. I don't want to can him right now, that's for sure. But right now, I think he's. All I see is a head coach who is riding the coattails of his superstar quarterback, and it didn't used to be like that, but right now it is. And I don't know if he's helping us win. He might be helping us lose more than anything. Travis Homer or Procise? I mean, I think Procise adds things to the game. I think Procise has some unique and nice talents, but we are not utilizing them. We run him up the middle like he's Earl Campbell. What do you think about Bruce Arians? I think he's great. I think Bruce Arians is a great offensive mind. I hate him personally. I think he's a complaining POS. Prediction for the Ravens game next week? Pain. I think our defense can make some plays on that Ravens offense, and I think we can get the win. So I think we're going to put the pain. We're going to put a little bit of pain on them, on the Ravens. So I feel pretty good about that. No. I'm not predicting a loss. I'm predicting a win. I think we're going to beat the Ravens. I don't believe in Lamar Jackson. Yeah, I'm really, really hoping that Pete Carroll just decides to let Wilson cook because that's all we have right now, guys. Everything we have this season is because of what Wilson gives us. And the reason why we lost to the Saints is because Wilson did not really get unleashed until we were down by 3 touchdowns. Yeah, I don't think the Ravens defense is that good. They have one good pass rusher, a Judon. Judon is their only good pass rusher. Their secondary is not playing that well. Their linebackers are okay. I don't think their defense is that good. So I think Wilson can move the ball on them, and I think we'll score enough points to win. I don't like Shoddy. I kind of don't either. But he's not doing a bad job right now. I don't know if he's doing a great job, but I don't think he's doing a bad job. Yeah, I don't think we're going to beat the Oregon Ducks. Let me put that on the record right now. I don't think we're going to beat Oregon. I don't believe this Washington team is very good. Wilson is going to get Pete another ring, Tony Dungy style. Maybe. And look, let me be clear. I said this in my post-game video. The coaches have time to fix it. I am not calling for anyone's head right now. Pete Carroll, Ken Norton Jr., and Brian Schneider all have the rest of this season, so 11 weeks to fix this. And if they fix it, God bless them, we might go win a Super Bowl. But if they cannot fix it by the end of this season, I'm going to be calling for some heads because they're part of the problem. My biggest issue is falling behind 14 plus to a great team. Yeah, I mean, we fell behind 14 points today, and we better be grateful that we were playing such a flawed team like the Browns. A good team puts that game away. What do you say to the TV when you hear Skip Bayless say Dak is better than Russ? Okay, guys, listen to me very carefully here. Skip Bayless is a literal troll. I'm not, and by the way, people all know a ton of people have talked to Skip Bayless outside of his show, outside of his persona, and he straight up says, "I don't believe anything I say on my show or on Twitter. I just do it to get attention." He straight up admits, "I don't I don't believe anything I say. I just say it to get ratings and get attention. Of course, I don't actually believe all the stuff that I say." That is what Bayless says when you meet him in private. I promise you. He is not Colin Coward. Colin Coward actually believes the things that he says. Skip, people who meet him in real life, he is nothing like how he is on his show. So Bayless is just trying to get attention. So there's no point in getting mad about the stuff he says because he is just trying to paint a narrative to get himself attention. That's all it is. If you want to get mad at somebody, you can get mad at Colin Coward because he actually believes the things that he says. And maybe that's not always a bad thing. Like he does say a lot of things that are correct, but Coward actually believes the stuff that comes out of his mouth. And by the way, I'm not knocking the hustle. I actually think Skip Bayless has done a good job in his career. He's made a ton of money. He is making a shit ton of money from Fox Sports right now to be on a terrible show that nobody watches. Props to him. Yeah, Ron Burgundy. Do you know what was the first big controversial thing that Skip Bayless did to get attention? I've heard this story before. I'll give you a chance to say it if you know it, but I actually know how Skip Bayless became famous. Okay, so in the 90s, Skip Bayless was covering the Dallas Cowboys, and oh shit, Sam Darnold just threw a shitty interception. God dang it. Okay. Okay. Basically what happened was the Cowboys before they were good in the 90s, they had a quarterback controversy. They had Troy Aikman who they took in the first round of the normal draft, and then they had Steve Walsh who they took in the supplementary draft. And there was a quarterback battle between those two guys. Aikman won the battle, but Skip Bayless was a Steve Walsh guy. He thought that Steve Walsh should start. He was a Steve Walsh guy. And basically, when Aikman won the job and started playing good and he won Super Bowls, Bayless tried to start a rumor that Troy Aikman was gay to try to like slander him, basically. So that's how Skip Bayless got his name out there at first. And it seemed to be born entirely from a vendetta that he had against Aikman because he thought that Steve Walsh was better. So he's just trying to get attention. I guarantee you he does not actually think Tom Brady is as good as he says he is on his show. He doesn't actually believe that Dak Prescott is the second best quarterback in football. Oh, tonight's a birthday dinner. I'm freaking starving. I am so ready to eat. Oh, Rams sucked, guys. That win we had against them on Thursday night is looking worse and worse by the minute because this Rams team is garb. $154 million invested in your shitty quarterback. That fucking feels good, man. I've been watching your vids since your first YouTube channel. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, every win is a good win. It's not my birthday, it's my brother's birthday. Yeah, every win is a good win. And I will never apologize for winning a game in the NFL, but it's starting to look like the Rams might be having a Super Bowl hangover. What's for dinner? I'm gonna have ribs. I think. I think it's ribs. It's baby back ribs or whatever they get called. I skipped lunch today. I need to lose weight. I'm fat. Do you go watch Hawks live? Yeah, I have before. I haven't done it in like 4 years. Have there been any openly gay NFL players? Not that I know of. Michael Sam, I guess. Who is cooking? My mom. A lot of people think Odo Beckham Jr. is gay, but he hasn't come out yet. Yeah, Emmett. I try to keep it real. I try to keep it real. And 5-1. I know people are going to get on me for being a little too negative about a 5-1 team, but this team is dependent on one player right now. Completely dependent on one player right now. We're like the Bulls before Jordan got Pippen, back when it was just Michael Jordan averaging a triple double practically in every game, and everything was on him. And that's not good enough to win in the NFL consistently. Am I Asian? Yes. Ever since Colin Coward got big, he started getting his big break, and he started getting really elitist and stupid. Yeah, I don't really like Coward much either, but I like him better than Bayless. We don't win that game without those 4 picks. So it was actually 3 picks, I think. But yeah, that's fair. I mean, the defense did make some plays, but we're going to play better quarterbacks than Baker freaking Mayfield. Baker Mayfield sucks. Who is older, you or your brother? I am older. I am really happy that we started getting some turnovers in this game because the lack of turnovers has been hurting us lately. Oh, and by the way, we finished that game the right way. We got the first down at the end. Huge ups to DK fucking Metcalf for making that third down catch on the sideline to basically end the game. I freaking love that guy. And the sad thing is, DK Metcalf is probably not even going to make the all rookie team because right now the 2 best rookie receivers are Hollywood and Terry McLaurin in Washington. And I think that DK might be better than those guys, but I don't think he's going to put up better numbers than those guys. So that's kind of sad. I know that DK is not going to be too upset about it, but he's going to have a monster season, I think, and it's not going to be good enough to make the rookie team. Mostly because we don't throw him the ball that enough. Oh my God, the Titans are garbage. Wait, did Mariota get benched? Finally, Mariota got his ass benched. Oh, finally, dude. Yeah, true. No Disley means more DK. Disley was having a Pro Bowl season 100%. Yeah, I think the 49ers are for real on defense. Their offense, I don't really buy, but their defense is for real. That is a good defense. Seattle sports teams are notorious for being screwed over for stuff like that. We've never been respected, but yeah, but the thing is, DK, I really would like DK to make the all rookie team, and it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. McVay getting exposed. I don't think this is McVay. I think this is Goff just not being a very good player. How bad was the Disley injury? It's bad. Anybody who tells you otherwise is fooling themselves. It's not official yet, but I fully expect Will Disley to miss this season and possibly next season and possibly his whole career because the patella and the Achilles, those are the two worst injuries you can have as a football player. And now he's had both. So if he comes back, we cannot expect him to be the same guy. Yeah, I love Will Disley. I'm super bummed out about that. Happy for Luke Wilson, I guess, though, because Luke Wilson now gets to keep his job through the rest of the season. And Luke's been good. Luke has been legit. Luke's been much better than Nick Vannett through a couple games now. Are you sick? No, I'm not sick. Not right now. Well, the Cardinals are blowing this game, so they might save Dan Quinn's job. How many times did we target Lockett today? 5 times, and he caught all 5 passes. I'm not sure how much longer Ed Dixon is on IR for. He's supposed to return in 2 weeks. So we got 2 more games with Hollister and Wilson at tight end, and then we probably can bump Hollister down and when we get Dixon back, and it'll be Dixon and Wilson. Is Kitchens gone? No, I think Kitchens is locked in there for the year, and then they're going to get rid of him. Do you think we will beat Baltimore? Yes. I don't believe in the Baltimore offense, and I don't think their defense is very good. They are doing it much better than we are. Yeah, I think they have better players, and I don't know if they're running the same defense as we are off the top of my head, but it just seems like they're a much smarter football team. Yeah, the whiteboard, the Lockett thing is something that really gets to me because Jared Goff is some trash, man. Their DC is from Seattle. Oh, who's the 49ers defensive coordinator? Is it Gus Bradley? Yeah, keep an eye open for a whiteboard video on probably Tuesday. I'm probably going to make another whiteboard video on Tuesday, so keep your eye out for that. What do you think about a 12-4 season with losses on the road to San Fran, LA, and Philly? I think we might lose to Carolina. And with the way the Rams season is going, we might honestly beat them. I don't know. I'm not guaranteeing nothing. And the Eagles don't look that good either. The Eagles' secondary is a freaking joke. Lockett and Metcalf should eat them alive. Oh, Jared freaking Goff. Can you break down what types of plays we have most success with? Um, I might do that in the future, but honestly, I think that that's pretty simple. We succeed really well with play action. We succeed really well with plays where we get Wilson outside the pocket. We use the moving pocket. Oh, the Rams might. I don't think the Rams got that first down. Oh my God, Dak. Rams suck. Yeah, the Saints are scary because they're really well coached. Yeah, those them 49ers, I've always said I believe in that defense. Well, the Cowboys are going to kick okay. Somebody explain to me why the Cowboys, whose offense has been bad all day and they have a bad kicker who by the way just missed the field goal. Why are they kicking a field goal in the fourth quarter when they're down by 12 points? And they're still going to be down two scores even if they make it. When you might not get another possession in scoring range because your offense is not good. Can somebody explain that shit to me? I miss Sherman. I kind of do, but I kind of don't. Cornerbacks are fine. I miss Earl. I do not miss Earl. Earl, we got rid of at the right time. I'm sorry to say it, but Earl looks washed. 49ers, Saints, Packers, Hawks, Final Four in the NFC. Maybe. Did you see the South Carolina Georgia game? Yes, I did. My best friend is a Georgia Tech fan, so he was really happy about that game too. My brother just got here, by the way, so I might be leaving pretty soon to go upstairs to eat because I'm hungry. I just heard my brother get in though, so I might head upstairs soon. You're going to need that field goal being down 9. I just want to go for a touchdown while I can, while I'm in range. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not leaving yet. I'm not leaving yet, but I might be leaving soon. Wait, Sherman got hurt? How bad? Like, is it like just ow, or is it like he's actually injured? Some Cardinal receiver just dropped an easy first down. Are you going to stream again tonight? Probably not. I am really happy that Wilson is getting the recognition he deserves this year. He's playing like if this keeps up, he is going to win MVP. He is going to be first team All Pro, and that kind of season will solidify his Hall of Fame resume. Sherman's in the tent. Oh boy, Sherman versus Ramsey. I think Ramsey's better. Sherman 2013 versus Ramsey. That's a close one. I would probably take Ramsey. I think Ramsey is Deion Sanders level, and Sherman is not quite there, but it's very close. I think I would take Ramsey though. Ramsey is a freaking monster. Sherman shoulder injury, not ACL. Hey, I'll take whatever I can get. If Sherman misses the Seahawks game in a month or whatever, I'll take it. Best team in the NFC. I kind of like the Saints. I think it's probably the Saints. They're playing football the right way right now. I can't believe they're actually 4-0 with Teddy Bridgewater. That's some superhuman shit. Garoppolo coughs it up. Really? We got a game? I mean, the Rams are only down 2 scores. Wait, the Rams got a touchdown? I'm not watching the game yet, but I'm sure they're going to show it in a second here. Best QB in the NFL? Yeah, we have the best quarterback in the NFL right now. All right, guys, I got to kill the stream. I'll see you guys later. Go Hawks, guys. I got to run. Peace.